Hi everyone, I'm so glad you could join today. I'm going to show you how to assemble a peony using the peony dies and this beautiful forever gold laser cut specialty paper. You'll get 6 sheets in the package. You'll get 3 of these sheets here with all the greenery accents, and then you'll get 3 of these sheets here with the backgrounds. These are perfect for just putting a card together quickly with so little fuss. This is an example right here. I just used it to put on the background and added a little bit of fernery and I was done. So what we're going to do for this card is we're going to use gray granite, and it's an 8.5 by 5.5 inch piece. Fold it in half and we'll crease it with your bone folder. And then we're also going to use, for the flower itself, we're going to use petal pink. Now these are the dies that we're using. These are the beautiful peony dies from Stampin Up. And there's quite a few pieces in the set, but we're just going to use 4 for right now. So these are the 4 pieces, what they look like. So I'm going, just so you can see the visual here, we've got large down to the small. And then we're just going to put those in our big shot and run those through to cut those pieces out. Now, when these pieces are cut out, it's perfect because it cuts the little slits in the peonies as well. So there's no guesswork in assembling this peony. They make it very simple. So we'll take these out. Okay. Then we're going to use petal pink ink. And we're going to use a sponge, and then we're just going to sponge the edges of all the peony petals. So we'll do it along the top, and then see where the slits are. We're going to go over those slits as well, and you'll see there on the edge where the slit is, it just gives it a nice little accent. So we'll do the second piece. Okay, and then we'll move on to the third piece, and again we're just going around the edges, and then we'll make sure we do where those slits are as well. And then the last piece, the exact same thing, we're just going around the top edge, and then we'll add some color down where the slit is as well. Okay. So now for the assembly. To make this easy, I'm going to put them in order from largest to smallest. And we're going to start with the small piece, and we're going to slide it in from the front in through the slit in the second peony leaf, right, or peony layer there. So then when you turn it over, you'll see that the bottoms will match up perfectly. And they line up very nicely so that you know you've got it in there right. And then we'll just take a little bit of glue and put it on there just to secure it so it doesn't move around. Now we're going to do the exact same thing again. We're going to take those 2 pieces, slide them into the third piece, turn it over, and then line up the bottoms again. When they're lined up perfectly, add a little dab of glue. This just helps them so that they don't move around, keeps the flower secure. And then lastly, the last piece, we're taking all these 3 that are glued together, sliding them in the front through that slit, and then we'll turn it over, line up the bottoms again. So now all 4 bottoms are lined up perfectly, and then we'll use a little dab of glue there as well. Now I forgot, as I'm thinking about it, to do a stamen, so I'll just cut a stamen really quick. There we go. So I'm just going to take that out of the die, add a little bit of glue to the stem of it, and then we'll just slide it down in the middle. You'll see that there's a groove right in between the petals there for it. And that's it for that. So now what you're going to do is you're just going to use your fingers and you're going to curl up all the petals. You can also use your bone folder as well. So just play with it a little bit, curl it up, and then when you put it on your card, you can finish perfecting it. But this is just getting the start of it. So now we're going to assemble the card. So first I'm going to use this piece here for my background, and it's from the Peony Garden Designer Series paper. And then I'm going to also use the gold from the Forever Greenery, and I'm going to just wrap that around this piece of designer paper. This piece of designer paper is 5 1/4 by 4 inches, so I'll just secure that with a little bit of tape, and then we'll put tape around the outside edges, put that on the card. Like so. Then we're going to take one of the greetings from the prized peony stamp set, and you'll see here how I have a little thing. I put on there what die that this stamp set coordinates with, and then on the die as well I always put what stamp set it coordinates with, so that if I'm ever not sure, I know, and then I know that there's a cutout for that, so I don't have to fussy cut by hand. Okay, so we'll just get out our petal pink ink again, stamp that greeting up, and put it onto the front of our card. And then we're going to take one of the gold greenery pieces and put some tape on it, and then adhere it to the front of our card. This gold is so pretty. And then we'll take our peony and attach it to the center of the gold, like that. Now we're going to take some more of this Forever Greenery, the gold, and I'm going to double it up so I can make like a double bow. Okay, and then I'm just going to make my bow. Try it again. Sometimes it takes me a couple of times, especially when you're using 2 strands. Okay, so we'll just tie a little bow. And then we're going to get one of the mini glue dots, and then we're going to put that behind the knot in the bow. And then we'll use that to stick it to the card. Before I stick it to the card though, I'm just going to take my bow and I'm just going to use my fingers to pull on the strands, and then that way it feathers it, it frays it out a little bit, just gives it a little bit of extra look. And then I'll adhere that to the front of the card. And that's all there is to it. We'll just trim it off. And that was pretty simple. At first I was a little bit intimidated by this die, but you know, it's beautiful. I'm going to be using that a lot more. I'm so glad you could join today. I hope to see you soon.